David, thank you. 124 days and counting. That's how long staffers say it's been since the district attorney of Waushara County has shown up for work.
Governor Tony Evers appointed Laura Waite as the top prosecutor in that county in April, but she hasn't been seen in the courthouse or handled cases since late June. Waite is on the ballot, running for re-election next week. A viewer asked us to find out where the DA has been, if she'll be back, and whether she's being paid while she's MIA. In a First Alert investigation, Sarah Thompson went digging for answers.
Bill and Cammie, in the year of COVID, it is not uncommon for people to work remotely, but that is not the case with all jobs. And the staff at the Waushara County District Attorney's Office tells us their boss, DA Laura Waite, hasn't shown up for work for 4 months. There's no missing persons report. Police did a welfare check and determined she is okay. And the DA's office says it did get a text message September 16th that Waite was in a pain clinic in Minnesota, but they've heard nothing else and says she's made no effort to take care of cases while she's gone. In the meantime, the justice system is feeling the effect. April 21st, the office of Governor Tony Evers appoints Laura Waite as Waushara County DA after the previous one retired. He writes in a news release, quote, Laura Waite is exactly the kind of district attorney Waushara County needs. She is capable, compassionate, and level-headed. I have no doubt that she will serve the people of Waushara County well. But we found that doesn't appear to be happening. Office staff say Waite left the courthouse Friday, June 26th, barely 2 months into her job, and never returned. They say she hasn't been in court, handled cases, or even made arrangements to have other attorneys take over. 2 retired DAs from nearby counties have stepped in just to keep the court system moving. We dug through dozens of online court records, unable to find Laura Waite's name as the prosecuting attorney in any hearings or cases after June 26th. What we did find? Cases that appear to have been mishandled in court before that, like a second offense OWI filed by the former DA, but during a motion hearing June 26th, records show DA Waite cited case law that didn't actually exist, and the case was dropped. In another case, that same day, she was unable to convince a judge to proceed with charges in a battery case, and they were dismissed without prejudice, meaning they could be refiled. They were, in August, in an amended complaint by an assistant district attorney, and the defendant pleaded no contest earlier this month. We found another case dropped involving a man investigators say was caught on camera breaking a window in the jail, causing nearly $3,000 in damages. Online court records show the court couldn't find probable cause when DA Waite argued the case. The charge was dropped. Another prosecutor refiled it in July, and it's already moved past that same kind of hearing. We reached out to staff at the DA's office for comment, and Jane Colway, a retired district attorney herself, who's now helping with cases in Laura Waite's absence, tells us she is appalled by Waite's behavior, but extremely impressed with support staff, calling them unsung heroes, keeping the wheels of justice turning. In the meantime, we discovered Waushara County's only judge called a rare hearing in August, allowed under state statute only if a district attorney is absent, to appoint a special administrative prosecutor to handle duties of that office. An elected DA cannot be removed from office except by the governor or by voters. Waite is on the ballot as an incumbent in next week's general election, but her campaign Facebook page has shown no new activity since May, when she announced her candidacy, writing, "It's a job she loves and has a passion for." So where is she? We called each phone number we could find listed for Laura Waite.
I'm sorry, the party you are trying to reach has not set up voicemail.
An email request bounced back, saying she would be out 6 weeks, but didn't give specific dates. So we tried her home in neighboring Waupaca County.
My name is Sarah Thompson. I'm with Channel 2 News. I was looking for Ms. Waite, Laura Waite.
I'm here right now.
We left our number. We've also filed multiple open records requests with the governor's office and state prosecutor's office and asked for comments. We have not received any responses so far. We want to know if Waite is still being paid a typical salary of around $100,000, but I'm told only those state officials that I'm still waiting to hear from can answer that. Waite is currently listed as being in good standing with the Office of Lawyer Regulation, but they told me if there are any grievances filed, they are not public record until an investigation is complete.
We are getting a few more answers tonight about the MIA DA in Waushara County.
In a first alarmed investigation back in late October, we showed you the concerns and questions raised after the Waushara County DA Laura Waite hadn't shown up for work since the end of June. She lost the election last month, and we've now learned she has resigned. We're also learning a lot more from open records requests the state has now released to our Sarah Thompson.
And she is joining us with a first alert investigation to follow up with what those records show us.
There's a lot of new information in there. We found out Laura Waite is under investigation by the Office of Lawyer Regulation. We also learned the answer to a big question viewers asked us that prompted us to start digging in the first place. Was Waite being paid for the more than 4 months she didn't show up to work as the Waushara County DA? We found out she was. These timesheets and work logs show the hours for which Laura Waite was paid since April. The entries were released to Action 2 News after we filed open records requests with the governor's office and state prosecutor's office. We found Waite was paid for 8 hours a day from April 27th through November 6th, 3 days after losing her bid for re-election. In April, the governor appointed Waite to the role of Waushara County District Attorney, and in this letter wrote she would receive an annual salary of $100,000. Along with those records, the Department of Administration also wrote to Action 2 News, state statute, quote, allows district attorneys to take vacation without loss of pay. But where was Waite for more than 4 months? In our original report in October, staff in her office told us they received a text message in September that Waite was in a pain clinic in Minnesota, but had no other details. A week after our first story aired, we received a transcript from a court hearing where the judge assigned a new attorney to temporarily handle Waite's duties this summer. It included testimony that Waite was on a conference call with the Democratic Party for Waushara County in July and indicated, quote, everything was going good in the office, and made it seem like she was in the office and partaking in cases and caseload. We tried to track down Laura Waite at her office, by phone,
The party you are trying to reach has not set up voicemail.
email, and eventually her home, but couldn't find her to ask why she had not taken a case or shown up to work since June 26th. And according to a string of emails we uncovered, the administration had a hard time finding her too. In a July 2nd email, Laura Waite writes to Casey Dice, the director of the state prosecutor's office, that she'll need to take medical leave for at least 6 weeks and apologized for the inconvenience. He promptly responds, focus on your health and get well soon. We will manage in your absence. July 22nd, Dice emails to check in, asking for an update. August 10th, another email from Dice asking for a tentative return to work date. The next day, Waite emails, I'll keep you posted. Other details are redacted. Nearly 2 months later, October 5th, another email from Dice checking in on her status and return date. 2 more weeks elapse. Dice sends a 5th email, this time writing, I do not believe I received a response to my last email. Please let me know your status. Later that morning, Waite writes back, I did not respond on advice of counsel, as I am currently under investigation by OLR after complaints by Jane and Judge Dutcher. OLR is the Office of Lawyer Regulation. In our first report, we discovered some of Waite's cases appeared to have been mishandled, causing them to be dropped and later refiled. Waite is listed in good standing with the OLR, but that office can't tell us anything about grievances filed until an investigation is complete. We also requested the applications of everyone who applied to be Waushara County DA after the former prosecutor left for a new job. 5 people applied, including assistant district attorneys and public defenders. Waite's application shows she was an assistant DA in Wood County for about 4 months, and before that worked for Wisconsin Judicare, a nonprofit law firm working mostly civil and family cases, but writing she had no reservations about her ability to try a difficult case. She also wrote her goal was to win re-election and be actively involved in the community, professionally and personally. The DA's office says Waite resigned in the days after the election. Matthew Lusink, who voters elected, will take over in January.